From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. We're going to have some very windy weather over the next few days, and it's going to peak on Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's when we're going with the first alert weather day for the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak wind gusts could be up around 60 to 65 miles per hour. Let's take things back to this morning as we are tracking some very light showers in the Blue Foothills, the Blue Mountains. Also a few light showers now working their way into northern Franklin County. All this looks pretty light for the time being, but we could have more showers and thunderstorms a little bit later today, especially in the Blue Mountains. Temperatures in the 30s, 40s, and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains, and the winds already a factor for this morning, especially in the Kittitas Valley, gusting out of the north and west around 25 miles per hour. Looks like we have some southwesterly gusts impacting the basin and the foothills as well. Here's your day planner for today. For lower elevations, a little bit warmer as opposed to yesterday. Still mostly small shower chances for the valleys, basin, and slightly better chances for the foothills. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Blue Mountain thunderstorms still likely for today. Very windy in the Kittitas Valley for the next few days. Looks like our weather turns active again for this weekend. We'll talk about all this coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, 2 shootings in 1 week. Yakima police responding to another deadly night, this time at a city park. We have the details.
Plus, it's a tragedy we see every year. Children locked in hot cars. And with summer right around the corner, the Kennewick Police Department is sounding the alarm on this potentially deadly reoccurrence. We'll have the details coming up.
And the Moses Lake School District is teaming up with local authorities to tackle gang-related issues. We have the details on today's event and how you can take part in the conversation. Those headlines and more on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, May 13th, and we begin this morning actually with a deadly shooting at Chesterley Skate Park in Yakima.
Now, police say a 36-year-old man was shot last night around 7:20, and despite life-saving efforts from first responders, the victim died at the scene.
Yeah, witnesses at the park were able to identify a suspect, a 22-year-old Yakima man. He was located nearby by officers, and also with the help from Washington State Patrol and Yakima County deputies, they were able to take that man into custody without incident. Now he is facing charges of second-degree murder. Investigators believe this may have been gang-related and are asking anyone who was at the park that evening, especially if they were confronted by the suspect, to contact Yakima police. And this actually marks the second deadly shooting in Yakima just this week. The police department is also investigating another fatal shooting that happened early on Saturday morning. Officers responded to an apartment complex on the 1100 block of North 4th Street, and this was after reports of a person shot. Yeah, so when they got there, they say they found a 37-year-old man who had died at the scene. Investigators are asking anybody with information to contact the Yakima Police Department. 5:03 and in a follow-up now on an investigation into a couple of fires. Investigators saying they could be connected. So on Friday, crews in Benton County were sent out to several brush fires along eastbound I-82 just south of Locust Grove Road. Well, the dirt road nearby actually acted as a natural fire line, and that helped crews get this fire under control in about an hour. Now, though, crews are saying that Friday's fire is very similar to last Wednesday's fire that broke out just 4 miles to the west of this one. If you have any information that could help investigators figure out just how these fires started, you're asked to contact the Benton County Sheriff's Office. Also following up on a new development involving Benton County Fire District 1 and a former firefighter at the center of a workplace harassment lawsuit, Samantha Ward has reached a settlement with BCFD1 after she was fired following a hearing in August 2023. That hearing centered around a discrimination lawsuit that Ward filed against the district. She also received a settlement of $540,000, and that's according to court documents. Also, the settlement includes the reinstatement of Ward's employment, which helped save a benefit for her, and her lawyer explains.
Allows her to get retirement, a retirement payout when she's eligible. But the other is, hopefully to combat against the narrative that she was, as it relates to the termination.
Ward also received a letter of recommendation signed by current Fire Chief Scott Laparco, and Ward has since resigned from her position and says she will continue supporting the department, saying in part, quote, "I hope my legal actions have improved working conditions for all members going forward, even at my own demise, and encourage everyone to stand up for what is right." Now, BCFD1 declined further comment, but confirmed the settlement was reached.
Well, it's a tragic and preventable danger that resurfaces every summer. It happens everywhere. And just this weekend, Kennewick police responded to the call for a child who had been left alone in a hot car.
That's right, and we talk about this every year over and over again. And despite the warnings, last year, nearly 40 children died after being left in the car. Our very own Dan Hansen shows us why local law enforcement is sounding the alarm and also what every parent needs to keep in mind.
The National Safety Council says dozens of young lives are lost to a silent but deadly threat, being left in hot cars.
I've been here with Kennewick PD for 7 years, and there hasn't been a summer that's gone by or spring that's gone by that we're not receiving these calls of both children and pets being left unattended in vehicles.
The numbers are heartbreaking. Since 1998, nearly every U.S. state has reported at least one hot car death. In both 2018 and 2019, the toll reached a record 53 children each year. Officer Jesus Contreras says the calls come in faster than the heat rises.
When speaking to the owner of the vehicle, traditionally what we get is I was just gone for just a few minutes, or I was just going to go in and come out. And I think that's a big contributor, is the fact that we're under the impression that we're just going to be seconds, if not minutes. And in that time, there can be a significant increase in the interior of a vehicle's temperature.
And what's dangerous for an adult can be deadly for a child.
As a child, your body temperature would increase significantly faster than an adult. So you do run a risk of getting heat stroke a lot. You run a higher risk of getting heat stroke compared to an adult.
Contreras says awareness and habit building can save lives.
Take your child with you. Don't leave your child even if it's for a few minutes within the vehicle.
Contreras says education plays a key role in making sure you and your loved ones are safe. The heartbreaking reality, in many cases, these tragedies can be prevented. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Dan, thanks so much for that. Move on now to a scam alert from the Washington State Patrol, as they have seen an uptick in fraudulent calls claiming to be authorities. Troopers want you to know that they will never call you to ask for any personal or financial information, and that means no requests for bank deals, social security numbers, or any payments. Now, if you get a call claiming to be from a WSP trooper and it sounds suspicious, just hang up. Officials say you should call 911 to verify and to report the incident.
Looking ahead today to a community event that's focusing on area gangs. It's hosted by the Moses Lake School District along with the Grant County Sheriff's Office and the Moses Lake Police Department, as well as the North Central Educational Service District. Now, the groups will talk about youth gangs, including strategies for prevention, how to identify and respond to signs of gang involvement, and community action strategies. The event is free and it's open to the public. No registration is required. It starts today from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Learning Services Center on South Pioneer Way.
5:08 now, and as we approach the anniversary of the eruption of Mount St. Helens, this week and throughout the month, scientists and volcano experts will recognize the phenomenon that happened 45 years ago. There will be multiple opportunities for you to learn about the state's volcanoes. You can ask questions, learn how volcano monitoring works. Residents are encouraged to visit the volcano and the offices for USGS, as well as to participate in an online discussion. On May 18th, 1980, at 8:32 a.m., the north flank of Mount St. Helens slid away in a huge landslide, and then just seconds later, the volcano exploded, destroying centuries of forest growth in a span of just several minutes. 57 people died as a result of that day as well.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, an Israeli-American hostage is released after 19 months of captivity in Gaza. We'll have a look at the touching moment when he was reunited with his family, and that's coming up in your national news.
And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back, we will check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have your first alert forecast on this Tuesday morning. It's 5:09, and we're back after the break.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Every great performance
starts with a great night's sleep. It feeds your day. Makes good choices great ones. Because to get the best you, the best thing to get is this. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol. New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
What happened? Double homicide. I need you two to get over to Bradford County. The sheriff is Caleb Roussard. He did not ask for our assistance, and you will not be welcome.
You point that thing in my face?
I'll point this wherever I damn please.
New Will Trapped, tonight on ABC.
The 3 Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's a 12-hour radar loop, so just keep in mind this goes from 5 p.m. last night to 5 a.m. this morning. It's just a lot of popcorn, scattered showers, and we did have a few rumbles of thunder out there. Now for today, it looks like that's mainly going to be in the Blue Mountains, but other models are saying some other things, so a very interesting forecast for today. Of course, we'll touch on that first. Temperatures for this morning spanning from 38 to 51 in Kittitas County, 51 for Ellensburg, 38 up towards Snoqualmie Pass, down in the Yakima Valley, 39 to 52, also a wide range here, 39 for Sunnyside, 52 in Yakima. In the Lower Columbia Basin, we're spanning from 47 to 52, 47 for Umatilla, 52 for Hermiston, 51 for the Tri-Cities. Mostly 40s and 50s for the Blue Foothills, 30s and 40s up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here is your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. We're going to have little chances of showers really throughout the day. Certainly not going to be a washout, and it could be some t-shirt weather as we head into the afternoon, as we'll get a little bit drier weather and will be a little bit warmer as opposed to yesterday. So for today, kind of the same thing as yesterday. The best chances of showers and thunderstorms are going to be in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains, and high temperature is going to be about 5-ish degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. For tonight, we will be drier for the foothills. In fact, we're going to be completely dry in the valleys, but we'll have about 40 to 50% chances of showers up the mountains lingering. Overnight lows down into the 40s for lower elevations, 30s up in the mountains. Something I didn't talk about here, the wind's going to be a big factor over the next few days. I'll tell you just how strong they could be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:14 now, taking you around the world, where it was an emotional scene as an American hostage freed after 19 months held captive by Hamas was reunited with his family.
And now there's word that he could meet President Trump in the Middle East. Christiane Cordero has the latest developments.
This morning, scenes of joy from the New York City suburbs to Israel, celebrating the release of Idan Alexander, who was the last living American hostage held in Gaza. This is the moment Alexander was reunited with his family at a hospital in Tel Aviv. Hamas held him for 584 days. When he saw his little brother, Alexander said, "I can't believe how much you've grown." The dual Israeli-American national was serving in the Israeli army when he was captured during the October 7th attack. Hamas saying it released the now 21-year-old as a goodwill gesture toward the Trump administration in hopes of reviving talks on ending the war. The White House posting this image of Alexander holding a sign thanking President Trump. In his hometown of Tenafly, New Jersey, thousands gathered to watch Alexander's release.
Idan is officially released.
The crowd erupting when a screen showed the first images of him with the Red Cross.
Idan became our child. Every mom in this and every dad here, feel that Idan is their own child.
While Alexander was the last living American hostage in captivity, there are still 4 Americans who died on or after the October 7th attack, their bodies still held by Hamas.
Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And Alexander's family said that he might fly to Qatar to meet with President Trump, but now they say he has been invited to the White House.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh will have how your weather is looking this week. Could we be seeing warmer temperatures? He'll let you know in that first alert weather forecast. That is right after the break.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
One of the best female groups of all time, En Vogue, in concert. Saturday, May 31st at Legends Casino Hotel. The multiple Grammy Award nominees with more than 20 million records sold worldwide. En Vogue. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss En Vogue live Saturday, May 31st at Legends Casino Hotel.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Looking to explore the beauty of this great nation? Then you'll need a reliable and comfortable RV. There's always RV shows. But have you thought about the crowds, the long lines, the high admission fees? Is it really worth it? At Broadmoor RV, we're here to help you save some dough and skip the show. With our top-notch customer service and on-site financing options, it's easy to get the RV of your dreams. Come to Broadmoor and get the best deals and service around and find the perfect RV for your adventures.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have a first alert weather day in the Kittitas Valley for tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Some of those peak wind gusts could be up around 60 to 65 miles per hour, but really it's going to be a string of very windy days over the next few days, starting with today, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Kittitas Valley, peak gust around 55 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Again, this is going to be the main time frame, but look at these other locations. Bluefoot Hills of Morrow County, Lower Columbia Basin, getting upwards of 45 mile per hour wind gusts. And then for Thursday, this time frame a little bit later, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Peak gust up around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. At that point, we'll definitely be on the downswing. Here's some of the rain chances we're expecting with this active weather over the next couple of days. By lunchtime, looks like we'll just have a few light showers in the Bluefoot Hills. Then into the peak of daytime heating. Once again, just like with yesterday, we could see some showers with thunderstorms firing up in the valleys, also in the Lower Columbia Basin, but then into the later evening, looks like that starts to shift down towards our south and east once again. But for tomorrow, looks like overall will be a lot drier. Still could have some lingering showers up in the mountain ranges, but it looks like we are turning much drier for tomorrow, for Thursday, and for Friday as well. Of course, if you want to track all the rainfall yourself, if you want to see precip chances and timing in your neck of the woods, download the First Alert Weather app. You can get it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 24 hours. You can see the hot spot in all likelihood probably going to be in the Blue Mountains, where we could pick up between 0.2 to 0.4 inches of rainfall. Like I mentioned, much drier from Wednesday through Friday. Then we're tracking another storm system for Saturday and Sunday. It looks like Saturday is going to be the day that'll primarily be impacted with shower and thunderstorm chances. High temperatures staying pretty steady over the next 7 days. So even though there's a lot of moving and shaking to our weather, that's not really the case when it comes to our high temperatures. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small rain chances today, dry Wednesday through Friday. Then rain chances could come back around by Saturday. In Yakima, mostly dry today, keeping it dry through Friday, then perhaps a shower or two this weekend. In Ellensburg, a very windy stretch from Tuesday through Thursday, especially on Wednesday. More windy weather is possible starting on Saturday. For Hermiston, a few showers possible today, dry Wednesday through Friday, then rain and thunderstorms likely again this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, more rain likely today. We get a break Wednesday and Thursday. Small shower chances return for Friday, then rain and storms likely again on Saturday.
Thanks so much, Josh. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Apple has picked up a magical limited series, and a country music star is celebrating his 32nd birthday. Those stories and more in your entertainment headlines coming up after the break. It's 5:22.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday Special at A&W.
Hi there, I'm Stacy Lee, and it's time again for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick, May 20th, and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. As Memorial Day approaches, we remember those who have served for our country. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us this Memorial Day in honoring those who serve.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
At US Cellular, you can get the amazing new iPhone 16 on us, plus $300 off any iPad, like iPad Air.
That is a great deal. And now an unprompted song to express my excitement.
Just know both devices have Apple Intelligence with Genmoji to express yourself.
iPhone 16 stuns. iPad Air waits in the glow. Sweet.
We should start a band.
Yeah.
Get iPhone 16 on us. No trade-in or plan requirements, plus $300 off any iPad. US Cellular, built for us.
Do it all with Steel Battery.
Power up with free extra battery deals on select Steel tools. Shop in-store and online.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Check out the Ellensburg Bowl. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, the 78th annual Cannes Film Festival opens today in the south of France, and it's set to premiere the final rendition of a popular movie franchise, a mission that some would say is impossible.
What? I wonder what it is. I don't know. Only time will tell. Plus, the results are in from the Webby Awards. Stars like Kendrick Lamar, Taylor Swift, and Snoop Dogg all walking away with some gold.
And Apple has picked up a new limited series, and it's set to be magical. Here's Sherry Preston with the latest from Hollywood.
The 78th annual Cannes Film Festival opens today in the south of France. Hollywood A-listers and rising stars are set to hit the red carpet to celebrate the best in independent cinema, as well as some of the year's biggest films, including the premiere of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Which could be Tom Cruise's final film in the franchise. Kendrick Lamar, Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Travis Kelce, and Simone Biles all won top honors at the Webby Awards last night in New York, which recognized the best internet content and creators. The Webby Entrepreneur of the Year award went to Snoop Dogg for breaking through as a businessman with Death Row Records, along with 2 alcohol brands, and ice cream and cannabis brands. Apple has reportedly picked up Wild Things, a limited series based on the iconic Las Vegas act of showmen, magicians, and animal tamers Siegfried and Roy. The series will star Jude Law as Siegfried Fischbacher, and Andrew Garfield has been cast to play his partner, Roy Horn.
Last night we let the liquor talk.
And country superstar Morgan Wallen is celebrating a birthday today. The Last Night singer is 32. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
A lot going on in the entertainment world, isn't there?
I learn something new every day. I learned a lot right there.
Are you a big Mission Impossible fan?
I've never seen any of
You know what? I haven't either.
movies in the franchise, but the fact that there's like 5 of them.
To yourself, probably.
All right, movie marathon.
There's like 5 Mission Impossibles, right?
There's a bunch.
At least,
If
I'm
he
sure.
keeps doing it, how impossible is the mission actually at this point? You know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, there's all kinds of different missions.
But they're all possible.
Right?
Not to all.
Sure, but to Tom
Only
Cruise.
possible. to Tom
only to
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Who
for
does his own stunts.
The rest of us, very impossible.
Yeah.
All right. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When a simple outdoor activity turned tragic for a family, they had one thing on their mind: never give up. Coming up, we'll have the inspiring story of one teen's determination as he faces hardship.
Plus, the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days just added a jukebox hero to their concert lineup. Can you guess who it is? Well, if you can't, we'll tell you the answer right after the break. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung just launched one of the slimmest smartphones on the market. The Galaxy S25 Edge is just 5.8 millimeters thick, less than a quarter inch. It has built-in AI features and starts at $1,100. It goes on sale May 30th, ahead of Apple's rumored iPhone Air. Next, better battery life thanks to AI. Apple will reportedly release a new tool aimed at conserving your iPhone's battery. Bloomberg says an update to the operating system will use artificial intelligence to analyze your screen time habits, learning when to switch to low power mode. Finally, Google has updated its G logo for the first time in nearly a decade. It goes from having 4 distinct color blocks to more of a fade between the red, orange, green, and blue. The new look first appeared on the Google Search's apps icon. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Airwick's vibrant fragrances are infused with 2 times more essential oils. The advanced plug-in with a boost button and anti-fade technology can keep your home always inviting for up to 60 days. That's a lot of inviting. Airwick. Always fragrant, always inviting.
Your brain during rush hour. Some allergy medications can make you drowsy, but Allegra is different. Traffic jam? We got this. Woo-hoo! See? On time.
Allegra is fast 24-hour allergy relief with 0% brain interference. It's a no-brainer.
Some like them on an ice cream sandwich. Eat them how you like them.
Pop-Tart. Crazy!
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica DeWall.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, that jackpot is just going up and up.
It's going up. Yep. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's up to 550 now. Yesterday I went with a forecast high of 68 in Pasco Tri-Cities. It verified at 68. So the jackpot is now up to 550. Here are the stakes for today. A little bit warmer. I'm going with a warmer forecast, 72 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 69 to 75, the jackpot's going to go up to $575. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, now we pivot to Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Kittitas Valley, first alert weather day. Some of those peak wind gusts could be between 60 to 65 miles per hour. We'll have a lot more to say about that a little bit later in the show. But for right now, we take it back to this morning. We are tracking some very light showers in northern Franklin County, seeping down towards the south. So if this holds together, this could impact the Tri-Cities at some point. Also, some pretty light showers down in Umatilla County as well. Temperatures 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s up in the higher terrain of the Cascades and Blues. Now we go back to the winds as they're gusting out of the north and west around 25 miles per hour right now in the Kittitas Valley. This belt of winds out of the south and west gusting between, I'd say, 15 to 25 miles per hour in the basin. And for the Blue Foothills, winds definitely going to be they're going to be a big factor later today and Wednesday, also into Thursday as well. For today, like I mentioned, a little bit warmer compared to yesterday. Still about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year with 60s and 70s. And to underscore that, I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of this Tuesday forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour in Yakima, where there are at least 40 missing persons cases involving people from the Yakima Reservation.
Yeah, a recent report by the Washington State Patrol listed 28 individuals with ties to the Yakima Nation or Yakima area. A lot of these cases have now gone cold. So now the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and People Task Force have released a toolkit. It's for family and friends to use if someone they know is missing.
A subcommittee spent more than 3 years meeting with and listening to families of missing or murdered people. It then developed this toolkit to give loved ones awareness, prevention, and intervention strategies. It also provides organizational tools.
So this toolkit outlines steps for families and friends to take when someone they know goes missing, including strategies. You can find this toolkit at the Washington State Attorney General Office's website. And continuing our coverage in Milton Freewater this morning, where one family says a simple activity ended in an accident that changed all of their lives. But Crystal Perrin says her son David is staying strong no matter the odds.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says David is showing everyone, when faced with the challenge, never give up.
Perrin says her 16-year-old son David loved doing tricks on the family's trampoline in their backyard. It was a regular, normal, everyday activity that changed his life in a matter of seconds.
It's a bit overwhelming. It's just, you don't expect something like this to happen. And when it does, you're not prepared. But each day I'm learning new information to how to navigate this new journey that we're on.
David ended up landing wrong and crushed his vertebrae. He was rushed to the hospital and underwent surgery. Perrin says she had to tell her son, who loved being active and an athlete, that he may never walk again. But David isn't just sitting back. He is not giving up. He is determined to do everything he can.
Very optimistic. He says, I'm ready. My goal, he loves basketball. And he's like, I want to be able to play basketball again. I'm going to run again. I'm going to walk again. But he's just ready to put the work in, and he loves hearing all of the support he's getting from his family and friends.
Parent is by David's side at a specialized rehab center in Colorado, cheering him on every step of the way. No matter the outlook, Parent says David is determined to have a full life.
When this initially happened, he said, I don't care what happens, I just want to live. Even if it means I don't walk or anything, I just want to live. And when the day they were going to take his intubation tube out, he couldn't talk yet, but he looked at me in the eyes and he was saying something I couldn't tell. But once they got it out and he could actually verbalize what he was saying, I love you and it's going to be okay.
Parent says David's strength goes far beyond the start of his recovery.
He's been through like a lot of challenges in his life, but the way he faces life is just moving forward. And he's a strong, inspirational person. If you talk to any of his friends, they'll tell you the same thing.
And even though he is the patient, David is keeping his mom calm and hopeful.
He encourages me and tells me like, Mom, you're so strong. I'm so glad you're here. And so we just both support each other in this. And yeah, it definitely takes a lot of strength to get through this. But I don't know, in an odd way, David is strengthening me to see his strength through this.
An official GoFundMe for David is set up for anyone looking to help them through his recovery. While the recovery may be long, the family is gaining strength from friends, family, and lots of support from around their community. Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
And if you would like to leave an encouraging message for David and his family, there is an official Facebook page, and you can find that up on our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com. Heading to Walla Walla now, where drivers could experience delays tomorrow. J Street in downtown will be closed this Wednesday. That's May 14th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the closure between White and Lewis Street is due to utility work being done by a private contractor. Pedestrians and local residents will still be able to get through, but emergency cars will not have access during the closure. Drivers are encouraged to plan ahead and use alternate routes.
And drivers in Yakima, take note. This morning, a portion of North Front Street will be closed for road work. The closure stretches from F Street to G Street and will be in effect for 24 hours a day through Thursday afternoon. Crews plan to reopen the road around 2 p.m. on Thursday. Traffic delays are expected, so drivers should plan for some detours. 5:36, switching gears now to community events. There's a new place for kids to play in Richland, and it's officially opening this week.
Ooh, so the city is inviting families to the grand reopening of the newly redesigned playground at Howard Amon Park. It's formerly known as Sturgeon Cove, and it's opening this Friday.
Yeah, take a look. The new playground features a paddle wheel. It's like a paddle wheel cruise ship theme, which mimics, of course, the big boats that we come see park at Howard Amon. There's going to be zip lines, swings for all abilities, sensory-friendly equipment, and it's all designed to be fully accessible for children of all ages and abilities.
So on May 16th, families can celebrate with free snow cones, crafts, and even more fun. And that's during that event, which begins at 11 a.m.
Fun times. All right, and Frontier Days is set to be cold as ice.
I don't know that song. Sorry.
Okay. We're going to work on that during the commercial break.
Thank you. Yeah, after the break.
The event organizers of the Walla Walla Fair Frontier Days have now announced a new headliner, and it's Foreigner.
So this comes after the cancellation of Three Doors Down following singer Brad Arnold's cancer diagnosis. The performance is scheduled for August 27th.
So tickets go on sale this Wednesday, May 14th at 10 a.m. For those who had already purchased tickets for Three Doors Down, refund information can be found by visiting our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. But those tickets will also be honored for the Foreigner performance as well.
I'll have to go and find out who he is. Him, her, I don't know. Anyways, coming up next here on Good Morning Northwest, if life threw you a curveball tomorrow, would your wallet be ready? Mine would not be. But coming up, Consumer Reports shares easy steps to build your financial emergency fund, even when money is tight.
Is it a curveball like winning lotto numbers?
I mean,
that it would be ready for.
Yeah, I'm ready for that all the time. Keep it here, we'll be right back.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children's Spokane.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clayton was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, June 26th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
We think three-pointers should be called triple plays.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre.
So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
The object of my affection is Chastity Sneed, my brother's girlfriend.
I don't know what to do.
I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Watch where you're going.
Chastity?
You got 1 hour to send us $15 million.
This week on GMA, it's time to celebrate moms.
Love it.
This morning, Robin goes back to her childhood home in Mississippi to be with her siblings as they celebrate their amazing mother.
Oh, to see Mama like this. Okay.
This morning on Good Morning America.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a very interesting day of weather as it's going to be pretty windy out there, especially in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts going to be up around 55 miles per hour. Then in the Yakima Valley, these wind gusts peaking around 30 miles per hour. We'll have low end chances of showers, highs getting into the low, mostly in the low 70s. We'll also mostly be in the low 70s for the lower Columbia Basin. These winds out of the west and southwest peaking around peak gust around 30 miles per hour. Then for the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains, once again, this is where we're going to have the best chances of showers and thunderstorms for today, especially in the Blue Mountains. That's specifically where we're going to see the best chances of thunderstorms. But highs in the low to mid 60s for the foothills, 50s up in the mountains. These peak gusts sort of varying directions, but mostly out of the north and west for the Blue Foothills of Morrow County, and that's where they could peak around 45 miles per hour. Now let's talk about the big picture, the snowpack deficits and surpluses we're tracking for this time of the year. And unfortunately, it is all deficits, especially in the Cascade Basins. The upper Yakima Basin, 60% below where it should be for this time of the year. The lower Yakima Basin, 47% below where it should be for this time of the year. Thankfully, things looking much better in the Blues, but this basin still technically running a deficit for this time of the year. So that is obviously, we want to see green on this graphic. We don't want to see any red. Thankfully, we do have more rainfall chances on the way, so that's going to help out with the big picture. I'll show you some of those chances, and I'll touch on the wind gust again. All that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, from rising prices to job uncertainty and unexpected medical bills, financial curveballs can hit at any time.
But having an emergency fund, of course, can make all the difference. Consumer Reports shows us how building that safety net might be easier and more important than you think.
You probably have Band-Aids in your medicine cabinet and jumper cables in your car. But do you have a financial emergency kit?
More and more Americans are struggling to cover the basics, like rent,
groceries, even gas.
Even with unemployment low right now, Bankrate's annual emergency savings report found that 59% of Americans said they couldn't afford to cover an unexpected $1,000 emergency expense. And it's no surprise. Inflation, high interest rates, and unstable income are some of the biggest reasons people say they can't save or don't even try.
Sit down and take a close look at your monthly expenses and look for easy things to cut, like internet subscriptions that you no longer use, or cable or phone services that you don't need.
When you're ready to take the first step, Consumer Reports' simple tips can help you start and stick with an emergency savings fund. First, figure out how much you need to cover 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Things like housing, utilities, food, transportation, and debt payments. Next, open a separate savings account just for your emergency fund, so you're not tempted to dip into it for everyday spending.
You can keep it in a savings account, but your best bet is to put the emergency fund into an account that earns a high interest rate or a no penalty CD.
And make saving even easier by setting automatic deposits or transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund. It will keep your contributions on track and secure until you need them. This is Jaima Crespo.
Well, just coming in, actually, U.S. inflation did ease a bit. Breaking news just coming in from ABC saying this all happened in April. It eased to about 2.3%, but they are saying, economists saying it could be a final lull before more tariffs push those prices up. So that information coming in, we'll get more in the 6 o'clock hour on that. But they say if you're struggling with medical bills, Consumer Reports has an important warning. They say steer clear of medical credit cards or loans that could be offered by healthcare providers.
That's right, and they often come with high interest rates, hefty penalties, and could seriously hurt your credit.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, giving you that beautiful live look outside from our Legends Casino and Hotel Skycam at Richlands Columbia Point, looking at Howard Amon, where that new park is set to open. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will be back with your full first alert forecast, let you know just how the rest of the week and weekend will be shaping up. It's 546.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday Special at A&W.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Looking for a trusted professional to guide you through your real estate endeavors? Carrie Lundgren with River Realty is ready to guide you through the process. As a lifelong Tri-Cities resident with 35 years real estate experience, she has the knowledge, dedication, and enthusiasm to make your real estate dreams come true. Whether you are buying your first home, moving up or scaling back, or looking for an investment, she has got you covered. Call Carrie today at 509-948-0580 and start making your dreams a reality.
Bathfitter Showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
For 60 years, Woods Nursery has been inspiring families to create beautiful, joyful gardens in our community. Spanning 5 acres, it's one of the largest nurseries in southeastern Washington, offering a vast selection of plants, trees, and flowers, all grown in the USA. Explore handcrafted ornamental pieces made by American artisans, and get expert guidance from 3 generations of the Wood family, dedicated to helping you design stunning landscapes. Visit us today and discover everything you need to bring your outdoor space to life.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 and make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have multiple windy days ahead of us, especially for Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Kittitas Valley. It's First Alert Weather Day. Some of those peak wind gusts could be between 60 to 65 miles per hour. But even for today, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m., look at the Kittitas Valley, peak gust around 55 miles per hour. For tomorrow, that's going to be the main time frame. But look at some of these other locations. The Lower Columbia Basin here in the Tri-Cities, peak gusts could be around 45 miles per hour. For places like Lexington and Heppner, up around 55 miles per hour. And then for Thursday, this is probably going to be the last gasp of this round. Peak gusts still around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, much calmer elsewhere. Now let's show you some of the rain chances that will be associated with some of these atmospheric waves. And as we get closer to lunchtime, we'll still have just a few light showers for the Blue Foothills. Once this gets into the Blue Mountains, I think thunderstorm chances become a lot higher. Now, as we head into the peak of daytime heating, just like with yesterday's run of Futurecast, it's picking up on some showers and thunderstorms being generated back off towards the west in the valleys, also in the basin. Around 8 p.m., starting to get into the later evening, looks like most of this is going to sweep down towards our south and east. And then for tomorrow, much drier overall. Could have a few showers here or there, mainly up in the mountains, but I'm thinking overall much drier and will continue to be pretty dry as we head into Thursday and Friday. Of course, if that Futurecast is too fast for you, you can track hour by hour precip chances and timing in your neck of the woods by downloading the First Alert Weather app. You can get it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 24 hours. 0.2 to 0.4 inches in the Blue Mountains. Looks like the rest of us are really going to struggle to even pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. Like I was saying, much drier for Wednesday through Friday. Then we have another storm system we're tracking for this weekend, especially for Saturday with increased shower and thunderstorm chances. But despite all the ebbs and flows with the winds, the rain chances, look at temperatures, pretty steady hand over the next 7 days. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small rain chances today, dry Wednesday through Friday. Then rain chances could come back around by Saturday. In Yakima, mostly dry today, keeping it dry through Friday, then perhaps a shower or two this weekend. In Ellensburg, a very windy stretch from Tuesday through Thursday, especially on Wednesday. More windy weather is possible starting on Saturday. For Hermiston, a few showers possible today, dry Wednesday through Friday, then rain and thunderstorms likely again this weekend. Finally, for Walla Walla, more rain likely today. We get a break Wednesday and Thursday. Small shower chances return for Friday, then rain and storms likely again on Saturday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Yakima police are investigating a deadly shooting, the second shooting just this week. Officers responded to Chesterley Skate Park Monday night, found a 36-year-old man with a fatal gunshot wound. Despite first aid efforts, the victim passed away at the scene. A 22-year-old suspect was arrested nearby and is now facing second-degree murder charges. Police believe that this may have been gang-related.
Washington State Patrol is warning the public about scam calls from people pretending to be them. Troopers say they will never ask for your personal information, bank details, or request money over the phone. If you get one of these calls, don't answer questions, hang up, and report it immediately.
And Kennewick police responded to the report of a child left alone in a car at Hobby Lobby over the weekend. The child luckily was unharmed thanks to the air conditioning being left on, but authorities are stressing that this is a dangerous and avoidable situation. On average, 37 children die from hot car incidents each year. Officers always remind parents to check the back seat and don't leave your kids or pets in the car.
Heads up for drivers in Walla Walla. J Street between White and Lewis Street will be closed tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and this is for private utility work. The closure is expected to last all day, and while pedestrians and local residents will have access, emergency cars will not. Drivers are urged to plan ahead and use alternate routes if possible.
And drivers in Yakima, listen up to this. This morning, a portion of North Front Street will be closed for road work. The closure stretches from F Street to G Street and will be in effect for 24 hours a day through Thursday afternoon. Crews plan to reopen the road around 2 p.m. Thursday, so traffic delays are expected. Drivers should plan for detours and a little extra time.
In your national headlines this morning, the Trump administration wants the Supreme Court to allow it to resume deportations of nearly 200 Venezuelan migrants that were detained in Texas. According to a court filing, the migrants are allegedly associated with the Venezuelan street gang Tren de Aragua and have allegedly proven to be especially dangerous to maintain in prolonged detention. In the new filing, the DOJ asked the High Court to lift its order from last month that temporarily paused the deportations. Also, the DOJ made the argument that the group of migrants should promptly be removed from the U.S.
And in your business headlines this morning at 5:54, McDonald's is planning to hire up to 375,000 people ahead of the busy summer season. This will be the fast food chain's biggest employment initiative in 5 years. McDonald's has 13,000 U.S. restaurants and is preparing to open 900 new locations over the next 2 years. The employment initiative comes after McDonald's recently reported its second consecutive quarter of declines as customers pulled back on spending. Sales at its U.S. locations fell more than 3.5%. It's the chain's worst drop since the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, and I know locally they're looking to hire as well.
In your health headlines this morning, the Agriculture Department has suspended live cattle, horse, and bison imports through the U.S. southern border due to the threat of a dangerous flesh-eating parasite. It's called the New World screwworm, which is actually a fly, and the name comes from how its maggots feed on an animal by burrowing or screwing into a wound or opening. The New World screwworm was eradicated in the U.S. nearly 6 decades ago. The Department of Agriculture said the parasite was recently detected in remote Mexican farms.
Ugh.
You got the heebie-jeebies now.
That one got me. Yeah. All right, trending this morning, 5:55. Morgan Wallen has no bad blood with Saturday Night Live after it appeared that he abruptly left at the end of a March episode.
So this sparked speculation online. Wallen was the musical guest on the March 29th episode of SNL and confused some viewers when he suddenly left the stage during the show's credits. And that was the time when the cast and guests traditionally linger and hug each other.
He gave the episode's host, Mikey Madison, a brief hug, then walked off the stage towards the side of the camera without acknowledging any of the show's cast members. That same night, shortly after his departure, Wallen posted a photo of a plane on a runway with text across it that read, "Get me to God's country," on his Instagram story.
He's a country guy. He's not done with that big city. The singer addressed the moment while appearing on an episode of Sunday Conversation with Caleb Presley. He says, quote, "I was ready to go home. I'd been there all week."
I get it.
Right?
Yeah, valid.
In bed, ready to go home.
I mean, I feel like something else must have happened, but I mean, he was just tired. You know, sometimes
it was a little cold.
Yeah, it was a little
just
cold,
quick,
but sometimes,
hey,
when you've reached your limit, you're there all week. You're like, all right, I need to go home before I get angry.
too much, yeah. And maybe he already said his goodbyes.
He said it to Mikey Madison on the show, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know.
We don't know, but hey, I get it.
He was ready.
I think there was some beef. That's pure speculation. That's pure speculation.
Stop
he
it,
was in
you
the
little
comments.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, a new Washington bill could have life-saving benefits as the state moves to allow drivers to put their blood type on their ID.
Plus, Moses Lake School District is teaming up with local authorities to tackle gang-related issues, and we have how you can be a part of that conversation coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
A lot of winds over the next few days. We actually have a first alert weather day in place for tomorrow. I'll tell you who and the specific time frame coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which is going to be back at 6.